Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday and how the hell we got here?
Well, I think God was making more promises, covenants, grabbing, people's thighs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying everything's going to be wonderful and good, and especially to the poor. But we didn't believe it.
Right.
Because just history.
Yeah.
And what we've read.
And he was excluding the island folk again.
Yeah, and there was things that were alluding to slavery.
Yeah.
For, people that weren't Israelites.
Hardcore.
Or believed in him.
Mm-hmm.
So the poetry of the chapter was good.
Mm-hmm.
The things that they alluded to and the things that I don't believe were bad.
It was well-written bullshittery.
It was, yes, exactly. So that was Isaiah chapter 61.
It was.
Which means that today we're getting into
Isaiah chapter 62.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we are hopping into Isaiah chapter 62.
Okay.
Which is a continuation of Isaiah chapter 61.
Is this more magnificent?
And this is the last of the magnificent chapters.
Okay.
There were 3 of them.
Right.
The last chapter, chapter 61, was about good tidings of salvation to Zion. So that's what we're getting into here today.
Okay. Yep.
For Zion's sake, I will not keep silent. For Jerusalem's sake, I will not remain quiet.
God's not going to remain quiet?
I don't know.
Okay.
Till her vindication shines out like the dawn, her salvation like a blazing torch.
If God's not keeping quiet, who's he not keeping quiet to? Because my understanding is that no one can hear the fucker.
Yeah, he is quiet as hell.
Yeah.
The nations will see your vindication, and all kings your glory. You will be called by a new name that the mouth of the Lord will bestow.
What name is that? I'm curious.
The mouth, huh?
Right, but I want to know the name.
That name.
Is it to come? Like, it's still coming?
You'll be called by a new name.
At that point.
I don't know.
Okay.
You will be a crown of splendor in the Lord. This must be Isaiah talking. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're still in Isaiah, so
yeah.
Hypothetically, yes, this is all through Isaiah. They've stopped really using him saying that he's the tool.
Right.
But it's still, I think, implied by being Isaiah that we're supposed to believe that Isaiah is saying this
right.
stuff.
I mean, we are in the end stages. We are in Trido Isaiah. I forgot to mention. But, I mean, you asked me at the beginning who's speaking.
Right.
And
yeah.
I think it's Isaiah, not Isaiah for God.
Sure.
Okay.
But the fact that Isaiah is speaking lost all effect for me when I realized that they're writing this 200 years plus after Isaiah's, long gone.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. You will be a crown of splendor in the Lord's hand, a royal diadem in the hand of your God. No longer will they call you deserted with a capital D, or name your land desolate with a capital D. But you will be called Hephzibah with a capital H.
Hephzibah, huh?
Hephzibah. And your land Beulah with a capital B.
I am curious about what those are going to mean, because that's definitely got to be in our Q&A.
For the Lord will take delight in you, and your land will be married.
Okay. It's going to be, because that's when things are good, they're married.
Yeah.
Right? Is that okay?
As a young man marries a young woman, so will your builder marry you. Builder, a capital B. So God.
Yeah. Okay.
As a bridegroom rejoices over his bride, so will your God rejoice over you.
I see.
Because, she belongs to him. He rejoices over his belonging.
Right. And given the connotation of how women are treated in the Bible thus far, I don't know that I like that comparison.
Yeah,
that's exactly. That's not necessarily a good thing for for anybody who likes to be human.
It sounds like we're about to get fucked.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I have watched... No, I read that wrong.
Yeah, real quick, if you ask Mary, we're about to get fucked in more ways than one.
Yeah, exactly. I have posted watchmen on your walls, Jerusalem. Remember those fucking watchmen?
Yeah, he didn't like them before.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will never be silent, day or night. You who call on the Lord, give yourselves no rest, and give him no rest till he establishes Jerusalem and makes her the praise of the earth.
What about, even in the middle of the night? I'm trying to sleep here, guys.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means.
Be quiet?
Shh.
I don't.
The Lord has sworn by his right hand and by his mighty arm. Okay. That was a colon.
Yeah.
Now we're, quote.
Okay.
Here's his
This
swear.
is his swear.
Yeah. Never again will I give your grain as food for your enemies, and never again will foreigners drink the new wine for which you have toiled, but those who harvest it will eat it and praise the Lord, eat it. And those who gather the grapes will drink it in the courts of my sanctuary. End quote.
Okay. That you would think that as he's establishing this, apparently, in real time, establishing this new Jerusalem, Israel, land of Jacob and all.
Hephzibah or whatever.
Right, Hephzibah, right. That a legacy like that would endure all time.
Yeah.
Because never again.
Right.
Never.
Ever.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're all going to look to them with envy and awe. Yeah. Because of their God, right?
That puts anti-Semitism right out.
It really does, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, this didn't go the way God planned.
Are you telling me that the Nazis got it wrong?
I'm telling you that even before the Nazis, they didn't have control of Jerusalem because of other reasons.
Right.
And I don't think this played out the way that the Bible's saying it played out.
Yeah, I think God didn't know.
I think that humans 2,000 years ago didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Pass through the gates, prepare the way for the people. Build up the highway, remove the stones, raise a banner for the nations. The Lord has made proclamation to the ends of the earth. Okay, here's his proclamation. Ready?
Okay.
Quote, say to daughter Zion, see, your Savior comes. See, his reward is with him and his recompense accompanies him.
Okay.
They will be called the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord, and you will be called sought after.
I see.
Capital S, capital A.
They like these capital letters here, huh? Yeah.
The city no longer deserted. Each of those words was capitalized.
Interesting.
The end.
Okay. Like this, there's got to be a lot of meaning behind these, like almost each individual word in this chapter,
right? Because
there's a lot of capitalization. There's a lot of symbolism and just alluding to things that there's definitely more to this chapter than what we're reading directly.
Oh, obviously.
And I'm gonna want to learn more about that when we do our Q&A.
I want to know who is Beulah.
Right? Beulah, yeah. No, that's definitely interesting.
Beulah.
And what was the other one?
Hephzibah. Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing Bueller and you were just not.
I was ignoring you, yeah.
I know. Yeah. Why? Why do you ignore me?
I don't ignore you. It's just that if I responded to everything that you threw my way, we'd be here a lot longer.
You mean longer than we are right now with me asking you questions and you having
Not today, but maybe tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll cover it like once every week or two,
You're
and then
this is why
you'll let it slide sometimes, but then you catch me up sometimes and like, why didn't you respond to that? Why? And then I'm like, well, because I didn't. Okay. Well, and that's all.
I think that was.
But I do appreciate the Bueller,
I think that was
just for the record.
Capital S shitty of capital Y U.
All right. Well, on that note, that was Isaiah chapter 62.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with
Isaiah chapter 63.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.